Welcome. With regards to the updates on Air India crash, according to British media, DNA checks by the London Coroner's Office have uncovered errors in the identification of some bodies. The lawyer James Healy Pratt, who represents many of the bereaved, told BBC and CBS News that in at least 2 cases the remains were mixed up. In one case, relatives found a coffin contained the body of a different person. In another, DNA from 2 victims was commingled in one casket and later had to be separated. At least one family canceled funeral plans after learning the remains they were given did not belong to their loved one. Among the families affected are Miten Patel and his siblings. Miten lost both parents, Ashok and Shobhana Patel, in the crash. He told the BBC that when his mother's body was repatriated to the UK, officials discovered other remains in her casket. The shocking error has triggered urgent demands for answers in both the UK and India. The Ministry of External Affairs said it is working closely with British authorities after the reports emerged. A spokesman emphasized that identification of crash victims was carried out under established protocols and that all mortal remains were handled with utmost professionalism and with due regard for the dignity of the deceased. He said India will continue to cooperate with the UK on any remaining concerns. The UK is liaising with officials in the Gujarat state government and New Delhi on behalf of the Inner West London coroner. The Foreign Office has also provided dedicated caseworkers and liaison officers to assist each grieving family in the UK. Lawyers for the victims say relatives are understandably distraught and want answers. One representative stated that Prime Minister Keir Starmer is expected to raise the issue with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi during upcoming talks, adding that the families deserve urgent answers and assurances about their loved ones. Air India, owned by the Tata Group, said it is aware of the reports and is looking into the matter. The airline has not officially confirmed any remains mix-up, but told media it is taking these allegations seriously and will investigate. Officials noted that the repatriated remains were flown to the UK on an Air India cargo flight with assistance from an emergency services company. Air India also reiterated its commitment to promptly processing compensation for victims' families, while denying any coercion or wrongdoing in that process. Authorities have offered possible explanations for the errors. Aviation and forensic experts say that in a high-impact crash, the devastation to bodies can be extreme, and it is common that tissue from different victims can fuse together. This can make DNA identification challenging. Investigators believe that standard protocols were followed at the crash site, but the final verification in London revealed discrepancies. The Inner West London coroner, Dr. Fiona Wilcox, discovered that in the first 2 caskets examined the DNA of one or more additional individuals was present. In one case, the coroner determined that the remains did not match the expected victim at all. The mix-up has caused an outcry among families and the wider public. British media and social commentators have described the situation as profoundly upsetting for the bereaved. The lead lawyer noted that families are experiencing double psychological trauma, first losing loved ones in the crash and then being told the remains they received were incorrect. In India, news of the error has also drawn concern, with many calling for transparency and accountability in the victim identification process. According to press reports, a joint high-level inquiry is now underway in both the UK and India, and officials say Prime Minister Starmer plans to discuss the matter with PM Modi during their current summit in London. The revelations have raised tough questions about the handling of remains after the crash. Both governments have pledged to review procedures and ensure such mistakes do not happen again. In the meantime, UK officials continue to support affected families with grief counseling and caseworkers on hand. The public remains eager for clear answers and resolution as this investigation proceeds. We'll continue to follow developments on this story and report any new information as it becomes available. Stay tuned for more updates. This is the Trend Talk.